Yeah, I'll be speaking with Congressman Jeffries later today, and I'm looking forward to working with Congressman Jeffries on delivering for the people of our city. And what I see these results as a reflection of are the fact that New Yorkers are hungry for a new kind of politics. They are hungry for a politics that understands working people should be at the heart of it. And they're hungry for a politics that looks at the wealthiest city in the wealthiest country in the history of the world and understands that it's unacceptable that 1 in 4 are living in poverty. It's unacceptable that too many New Yorkers are spending all of their day trying to figure out how they're going to make their rent check or pay for their groceries or pay their Con Ed bill. And what we saw last night was a hunger for leaders who will be there on the front lines looking to make it easier for working people to afford life in the greatest city in the world.
We now have 3 potential DSA-aligned members of Congress. What do you think we should expect from those members? Is it single-payer funded health care? Is it abolishing borders? Or do you think they should be singularly focused on cutting off aid, military aid to Israel?
What we're going to see from the 3 congressional candidates that I was so proud to endorse and who all won yesterday in Daria Lisa Avila Chevalier, Claire Valdez, Brad Lander, as well as what we're going to see from the 5 state legislative candidates that I endorsed that won yesterday evening, Iapa Sairi Tupac, Eli Northrup, Samantha Katan, Abir Kawas, and Brian Romero, is a singular focus on the fight of the working person. The working person is struggling in our city to afford basic needs. And what you will see, whether it's a vision on making healthcare more affordable, on making housing more affordable, or on a vision, as Daria Lisa often talks about, of investing in babies, not bombs, is the kind of conscience, the kind of clarity, the kind of conviction that has been missing in our politics for far too long. And I cannot wait to work with them on accomplishing that.
Go to Melissa and then Jeff. Sorry, Melissa, the microphone.
Gloria touched on a little bit of what I was going to ask, but your chosen candidates will now likely cause the number of socialists in the House to rise to double, from 2 to 4 at least, I believe the number is. But what are 2 specific examples of federal policies that they could change with their votes, given that we're talking about 4 socialists?
I think what we can see in their candidacies and what we will see in their leadership is a commitment to humanity. And when it comes to domestic policy, I know that for many of them, one clear area of concern is the cruelty of ICE. You've heard from a number of not just the candidates who became congresspeople last night, but rather candidates across the country, the need to abolish ICE. It's something that I've echoed myself. And when I think about, Daria Lisa's campaign, one part of her track record that stuck out for so many in that district and stuck out for me was a track record of speaking up for New Yorkers who had been unjustly detained by ICE and starting to create an immigration policy in this country that has humanity at the heart of it instead of the cruelty. And then when she speaks about babies, not bombs, when Claire Valdez speaks about a foreign policy that understands human rights for all, when Brad Lander commits to co-sponsoring Block the Bombs, all of that is reflective also of a commitment to a new approach to ensuring that we're fighting for working people and that we're ensuring that every dollar that we're paying into our taxes is a dollar that also reflects our values in the way it's being spent.
Responding to President Trump, responding to last night's election results, President Trump said that America the Beautiful will never become a communist country. We know you have said you're not a communist. However, do you hope that is it your goal to make America a socialist country?
My goal is to make America a place that every American can afford. And frankly, what we see is, while that is an especially challenging goal here in New York City, the nation's most expensive city, I know it's an issue that every working person across the country is facing. And what we need is a politics that puts working people back at the heart of what we focus on and what we fight for, as opposed to making them a footnote.
Jeff, go ahead.
Hey, Mayor, how you doing?
How's it going?
Good. 2 questions for you about the races last night. I'm wondering if, the victories show that, communities are open to DSA's messaging. But I'm wondering that we've already seen from some Republican candidates how they plan to message the victories last night, sort of going out and saying that, Democrats are interested in these severe sort of stances such as incarceration and no deportation. So I'm wondering if you're concerned about whether that victory, how that will play in November as Democrats try to win back the House? And I have a second question.
You know, every time the fight for working people takes a step forward, you will hear Republicans say that this is actually going to jeopardize the existence of that very fight. A year ago, when I won the Democratic nomination to be the mayor of our city, we heard ad nauseum from Republicans, not just across our city, but across the country, of how this was going to make it more difficult for working people to live a life that they could afford. And what we found time and time again is no matter what attempts there are at mischaracterizing any one position or policy, what is shining through for New Yorkers and for Americans is a focus on the working person. And when I walked the streets with Claire, with Brad, with Daria Lisa, what we spoke to New Yorkers about was how we could make it easier for them to afford childcare, for them to afford their rent check, for them to afford to live in the district that they grew up in.